I'm going live. Let me see what happened. Can you see yourself now? Says you're live.
Okay.
No?
Nothing yet. I'm sorry. I
Do you
screwed
see
it up.
yourself yet?
I can't see the screen right now. I screwed it up.
Oh, wow. You can't see your screen?
No, where'd it go?
Oh,
Darn
technology, baby.
it. Right?
Technology, honey. That's how it goes. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, I got two.
Present slides,
I just
video.
can't find it.
Yeah, because I'm glad you was willing to come on this particular platform
I
because we
can.
got Zoom, we have mastered Zoom, and every now and then I like to go ahead and introduce these platforms to our guests because you never know when uh you may want to video somebody, interview somebody or something of that nature. So
I can.
that's why I
I.
always
I cannot find us on the screen.
you don't see us.
Well, this is a new one for me. So not coming up. Not coming up.
It's a pretty cool platform. But it's all good. We just training is essential. Training is definitely essential. So we just roll with it. And I don't know what you did because you saw me good and you look good.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It,
happened.
I was on the link and then it just disappeared. I have no idea. Okay.
Do you need
StreamYard.
to go out and come back in on your link?
I see it. Okay, 1 minute. Where's that duck? I think I do. Yeah. Yes. All right. Again. But now I'm twice. Okay. Uh, there's something going on.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, we're on. We are on. Hey, whoop,
Hello there.
whoop, 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 whoop. I told you.
We
I
got
told
it. We
you
got
you
it. We're
like it.
here.
Yeah. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be able to download it when it's over, and then I'm gonna repost anyway. Because
Okay.
the original one is always got to have things in it that you might want to cut out, but because it's already posted, I just go back and download it, repost it, and then you'll get the original cut and edited once I get off the flaws. Because it's definitely when we post like this, we're gonna have little things, but it's all good. It's
It's
all
all
good.
good.
You
We're
will
just
personally
talking.
get the original and it'll be nicely put together and you'll be very proud of it. So I'm so glad we figured it all out. Awesome. Give yourself some energy. Come on, come on, come
Yay.
on, come on. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say welcome to everybody that may hear this recording. Welcome to the Spotlights on You. And this is Dr. Patricia Rogers and we have a guest in the house today. But before we get to him, I'm going to go ahead and read my bio and who and what Unity in Service does to serve people. I'm a best-selling author, international best-selling author, international two-time public speaker. I am a virtual event host. I love hosting virtual events, and our team sets a platform for entrepreneurs like you to speak and promote your products and your services at the quarterly events that we host. Virtual. You never have to leave home. Our attendees, what you receive when you attend our events, you get new connections, you receive emails to build your email list, and all of our attendees are offered an opportunity to promote their products and services as well. Unity in Service also provides entrepreneurs with titles for the Honorary Doctorate of Humanity Award affords you the opportunity to wear the title doctor added to your name. How is that and why? because it's for services that you have already done, your life experiences you've already done. So why not be awarded for it? For a few documents, submit a few documents, and of course a fee, which part of it goes to Theophany University, and we could get you going and get that title, because titles raise your level of authority. And I am an affiliate with Theophany University in Haiti, and I have already provided many entrepreneurs with that title because they've earned it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce our guest for today, who is none other than Carl Powell. His personal website is scrolling on the screen. His email is there. His business website is there. His contact information is there. So, ladies and gentlemen, join us in this upcoming interview as we delve into who in the world is Carl Powell. And what is Carl Powell up to these days? And thank you so much for coming to our last event that we had last week. I'm just so glad that we made this connection because, ladies and gentlemen, people need people. And hosting events have connected me to such wonderful and marvelous people just like yourself. And again, I'm honored to have you on the platform today. So with that, I'm going to play your bio. Has more than 40 years of training, motivating, and entertaining people worldwide, mindfully moving them to become more physically fit for life. Carl teaches his mindful movement method program, which includes Qigong, Pilates, yoga, strength training, and meditation online and in the Healing Garden studio. He is also a featured instructor for the Silver and Fit program. As a personal trainer, okay, I don't know what happened to that. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. I don't know what happened to that, but that's okay. I'm glad that happened because that allowed me to let you know what you're getting, because you'll also receive that bio when I cut it and when we put it with this interview and tighten it all up, it'll flow just very nicely. Your bio as well as this presentation cut and edited. So training is essential. Knowledge is power. All of the above. So with that, Carl, it was nice meeting you again at the weekend event last weekend. So I want to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
I read about your healing, laughter and all of those good things. I want to know, tell everybody who you are, what you do, and I want to know, how did you get started on your entrepreneur journey? Just give us a little history.
So we'll start with who I am today. My name is Carl Powell. I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in a very small farm town where I never got possibility training. I didn't know what was possible for me, and I didn't know what I could possibly do in the world to grow and to help the world be a better place. At about 20, I discovered aerobics, and aerobics was really hard. It was new. Jane Fonda had a thing. I started taking classes. Within 6 months, I loved moving and teaching so much. I said, okay, I'm going to learn how to teach aerobics. That was in 1980. That's how long ago that was. and I
Wow.
and I've been teaching ever since. So I learned first that for me, teaching was about getting people to move and being entertaining. So I thought, oh, this is great. God gave me this gift. I'm real funny and I'm entertaining and people like me and they like to move with me. And that's great. And I did that for about 10 years. And as I started to get more into my craft, I started to realize that, oh, no, 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 no. The universe had so much more in store for Carl and what he was supposed to be doing. And that's how I found my body work. So through my fitness career, I got to know people. I've traveled the whole world. I started in San Francisco in 1981, 82, traveling. I've seen all of Europe, all of Scandinavia,
Wow.
England, Scotland, Wales, Japan, China, you name it, I've been there. Taiwan, Australia, all working and doing what I loved, which was the most beautiful part of it all. So
Awesome.
I think at about 45, I'm not going to tell my age, but about 45, I was tired of always being on the road. It was rough. So I spent about 10 years just traveling full time from country to country, sharing my love, sharing the dances that I did, and talking about how do you find personal happiness. And I called it
Wow.
21 Steps to Magnificent Living. I did that lecture for years. And eventually I wrote 21 Steps to Magnificent Living into a book. And that started propelling me
Okay.
into a different direction. I joined Toastmasters. I started speaking. I won second place in the state competition in Hawaii 4 years ago in the speaking competition. And then it really made me think, okay, I've culminated all of these gifts that the universe has given me. Now, how do I take all that I know today about being a little black boy in Pittsburgh, about traveling the world, about entertaining people on stage, and bring that into something that I could share and make the world a better place?
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Mm.
Awesome. So I see you said something about in your bio, it says about your program, the Healing Garden Studio. I saw that word
Mm.
studio, so it led me to believe that you have a physical plant where you actually meet clients in person. Am I correct?
You are correct. So I live on the island of Maui. I live on the island of Maui. Don't hate me. And on because it's such a beautiful place, the most beautiful place in the world. We're gonna get Dr. Pat here because we're gonna do something
I'm
here.
coming. I'm coming to
Holla,
Hawaii.
holla, we're doing something here. But I have a little studio within a garden. So I have a healing garden that I built with lights and plants, and that all happened during the pandemic. That was my pandemic new person to become. I had never had a plant in my life and always had a yoga business. And then the pandemic happened. So the first thing I had to do was I had to heal. So the plants started to help me heal. I started getting one plant, then two plants, then three plants, and then all the plants, they started to become a garden. And then I started to realize, whatever you put your focus on grows.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to
Yeah,
agree with you 100%. And that's something that we all have to figure out as we
yeah,
go. We discover
mm,
people can say it all the time, what you think about expands, but the
mm,
reality of it is it comes alive when you realize it for yourself and when you actually have the experience. And that is so awesome. And self-healing is definitely, I know that I believe I call mine faith,
mm.
because I know sometimes I'm in bad way when it comes to feeling a certain way. And I trust my higher power, who I choose to call God. And then it goes back to faith. It's all about what we believe. Do you agree?
I absolutely agree. And I like how you chose to speak about the higher power. In my world, I call the higher power God
Yeah.
because that's how it's operated in my life. But I never try to lead people because you don't need to have that same faith or belief that I have to be happy. So I'm always
Right.
very, very clear on this is how life has given it to me. Life has given it to me in the name of God. And so I'm going to
Right.
speak about it in the name of God. But if I'm speaking to you, I'm going to say universe just so that
Right.
I don't, pull people. I'm not trying to pull
And,
you
and,
one
and what
way.
I like about that, what you're saying, what I like about what you're saying is the fact that I want to make this clear. I want to tap into what you just said. Like you said, we can call whatever we choose to call that resource that keeps us, strengthens us, that guides us, that educates us. Whatever we decide to call it, I tell you one thing, I want everybody to know this. It has to be a power greater than you
Oh, yeah.
that you believe in. Because it could be a doorknob. But as long as you believe and have faith, it could be a shoe. Whatever you
Mm,
choose to believe in, as long as you know that what you believe in has a greater power than yourself. And that's all I got to say about that.
beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Because when you can connect with faith, it changes the whole game.
Change
I
the
have
whole.
faith that when you start your sentences with, The way that I found Dr. Pat, and I don't hope you don't, I don't mind that I call you Patricia Pat, just kind of works for me.
All good.
But the way I found you was I was on LinkedIn just browsing, and I saw this sister that was doing something. And I said, pause, because it was something positive. And I said, this sister's doing something positive. Let me see what she's doing. And I'm telling you right now, if you are an entrepreneur, if you want to grow, check out people who are growing.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're ever going to grow. I checked out the sister that was on the move, and I said, now she's doing something. I didn't know how much you were doing, but I said she's doing something, so I'm going to investigate this. So I went right on, put my $50 down, and said, okay, I want to try to do a podcast because I want to know who you are, because
Awesome.
I knew that I had something to learn from you. And so I
Awesome.
said, this is what growth is. Growth is about knowing what you have and then figuring out what you need to propel and get stronger, to be better.
That's
What is going
beautiful.
to nurture you? What is going to feed you? And I knew that
That's beautiful.
I knew that you were going to feed me one way or another. So I said, well, I'm
And
going to
what I
take this
like, and
chance.
what I like about that, let me just jump in. What I like
Please do.
about that is that I always say people need people.
Yeah.
Everything we
Mhm.
need is in other people, and that's what I'm hearing you say. When you
Mhm.
find it, you find, and when you have what people want, they will find you because that's the way God have it intended. He's
Yeah.
already connected us before we even knew we were connected.
Mhm.
So I'm on point with what you're saying. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And you're
Yeah.
right. We have to do our research for people because everybody is not a good fit. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we still, if we connect with whomever, wherever, if it's by divine purpose, I'm like you, we're going to get something from each other. I can agree with that 100%.
Yeah. And I tell people if you just agree with yourself that I'm going to get 1% better every day, in 100 days, you'd be 100% better, wouldn't you?
Wow. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
One,
whoop.
1% better. So I'm always looking at what can I do to make myself 1% better today. It
That's
might
awesome.
be it might be exercise. Now, exercise is a wonderful thing. You want to take care of yourself because when you feel good, you look good, you smell good, you're fresh to the whole world. You float. Period. When you're inside of your body and you know where your hands are in space and how to move and how to flow, you feel better. So exercise is great. But then I learned about breath work and the importance of just taking a breath. We're
Mhm.
always panting to get forward, but sometimes we just need to roll back and take a breath.
So is that
Yeah.
part of the sessions that you do has to do with you know, meditation, I'm
Mhm.
sure, I hope meditation, I know, as well as you said something about finding happiness. So basically you meet with people one-on-one, and what is that process like?
Okay, let's say, for example, we're meeting today and you're going to come to me and you want advice from Carl. I'd first ask you, what is your physical activity like? What are you doing for yourself at this moment? Then I would ask you, what do you enjoy doing? Then I would ask you, where are you trying to reach in your life? Are you trying to be happier, healthier, more harmonious? What are you looking for? And then through our conversation, I design a program that's going to work.
Okay,
Make
right.
So, for example, if we're going to start our program today with you, I would start with some breath work and grounding. And through the breath work and grounding, I can kind of feel what you need. And then I would
Awesome.
give you a few exercises, maybe a few Qigong exercises, just to see how your body flows and moves. How
Awesome.
connected how connected are you with yourself? Some people are completely disconnected and some people are already connected. So then I figure out all of the things that I can give you to propel you into greater growth. My
Awesome.
my objective in every session is I ask you, what is your stress anxiety level when you walk in the room, giving it a number 0 to 10. Maybe it's 7 when you come in, and my goal is by the time you leave me, you're down to a 2 or 3.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. You explained it very well. I'm going to ask you your projects that you're working on, your successes. I'm going to need to know that. And we're already over the halfway mark, but I'm going
Okay.
to go ahead and do my announcements now. And when I come back, I would like for you to just share with us your successes and whatever projects you may be working on, and let the audience know how they
Okay.
can find it.
All right.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have our commercials right now. And what we have coming up, upcoming events, commercials for upcoming events. We have I'm sorry, I call her doctor all the time. We have Cheers and Commerce networking workshop. And that is hosted by none other than LaDonna McAbee. And she's known as the networking queen. And that's the link is right below this announcement. And as you can see, you have several keynote speakers. I'm not going to call all these names, as well as I know all of the speakers are phenomenal because I've had most of them on my stage at some point, or I've been on their stage, or I'm in a community group with them. The tickets for the early bird is only $15. Only $15. And again, the link is below this video. And that event is on November the 14th. So, ladies and gentlemen, catch the early bird for only $15 and come and join us on November the 4th. And as for December the 8th, we have an event coming up, Unity in Service. We will be having a holiday special, a virtual party, and it's called a LinkedIn and YouTube party. And what we're going to do is we're going to exchange links. We're going to be into the breakout rooms, in and out of the breakout rooms, sort of like speed networking, on and off. We may hear a speaker here and there, one or two little speakers. We're just going to have a good time. And this is our holiday special, and we're doing this event for only $10. It takes us the same time to set up any event as it does, but we are gifting this as $10 because it is a holiday special. So with that, those are our announcements, and we are going to get back to our interviewee, who is none other than Mr. Carl Powell. Come on. Welcome back.
Here we go. We're back.
So what projects are you working on right now, Carl? Let the audience know your achievements.
So I'm going to tell you what I'm learning, because that's all. My projects are always based on what I'm learning. In April, my mother passed away. November, the year before, my brother passed away. And it was a life-changing event for me, because those were the people who were my constants. My mother and brother, they were my biggest critics and my biggest fans at the same time. So when they left this earth, I realized, okay, the only way I'm going to stay connected with them is to continue to tell stories about them and to continue to keep them part of my story and do anything that I could do to make them proud. So my first book that I wrote is called Seven Seeds to Happiness. The Seven Seeds of Happiness. And what the Seven Seeds of Happiness is about, it's about a little boy who was looking for happiness. He finds an envelope with seven seeds. The seven seeds are love, kindness, generosity, forgiveness, honesty, gratitude, love. He finds this envelope, and the envelope says, plant these seeds one every day and watch happiness grow, because that's what happiness does. It grows. So this is a simple story about a little boy. He plants the seeds and the lessons he learns along the way as he plants the seeds. So I wrote that book, was really, really happy with it. I love all the colors and pictures, and I had an illustrator. I don't know if you can see. Let me move back up, back. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's a really wonderful book. It's a very simple story, and it's for people of all ages, because it's so important to
Wow.
know that whatever you grow in your garden shows up in your life. So
Awesome.
plant love. Go ahead.
Where can they get it from?
The book is
Amazon?
available. The book is available on Amazon. It's available
Awesome.
on Audible, ebook, and a paperback on
Wow.
Amazon. Yeah.
Awesome. That's so awesome. And all we have to do in Amazon is put in your name, because I didn't put your link in here. I didn't have it yet. So we can just put your name in Amazon, Carl Powell, and
And
your books are gonna pop up.
my books will pop up.
And that's
Absolutely.
great. It's nothing like having your own book,
Mm.
because your name get to come up. And that's exactly
Yeah.
why I wrote my own book.
Mm.
Tap Happiness. Go ahead.
Tap Happy is the book that is my flagship book, and it's about the work that I'm doing right now, and it's about the art of emotional freedom. We have a lot of tension, fear, doubt, all locked into ourselves. As people of color, we have so much PTSD from what happened even before we were born. We have all of this. piled onto us, and we never really deal with it just by having conversations. We deal with it in anger, in fear, in aggression. And I want to stop that cycle. I want to teach people that when you figure out how to be happy, you won't spend so many days in dismay. Tapping, EFT, is simply tapping parts of your body and repeating affirmations to yourself. Although
Oh,
I may have a although I may have a limited mindset, today I choose to grow above what I think and feel what I feel. And you continue to tap, and you continue to give people affirmations. So if you came to me today and you said, I want to harvest happiness, I want to take happiness home with me when I leave, then we would just start tapping in happy thoughts.
awesome.
Happiness is all around me. I can find happiness whenever I believe in happiness because I know this to be true because, and we go through
Awesome.
affirmations, and then each time we go through the cycle of affirmations and the points that we tap, your anxiety level comes down just a little bit. Some people come down a lot the first time, and sometimes we have to go through the whole cycle of what we need to do to breathe happiness into our heart. This is where I
Awesome.
always
So
start.
what is the name of the first book that you mentioned? You said the second one I know is Tap Happiness, because I want people to be able to find it. And I
The
want to
seven
write the name.
the seven seeds of happiness.
Seeds, okay, of
Seeds.
Happiness. This is awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it.
The reason why I love seeds because seeds don't fear the light or the dark. Seeds strategically figure out how to use the light and the dark to grow. You put the seed in the earth, it's in the dark. Then it needs light and it starts to grow. But the whole time it's growing, the roots are still in the dark. So I always tell people, you don't have to fear the dark. You don't have to fear the light. Grab them, harvest them, make them your own, and get them to help you in your growth process.
Awesome. 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 Well, this has certainly been a great opportunity for me to learn more about you, because I know at the event you don't get all of that, to get it
Yeah.
really get deep unless you're speaking. And even sometimes speakers don't get deep. But this has really been a nice personal interaction with you, and giving me a great opportunity to learn more about you.
And that's
And
and that's
I'm
and
going
that's and that's the reason why I put this interview together for myself today because I only wanted to meet you.
oh wow. Yeah, well I'm glad. Yeah, because I can't. I certainly am out there. That's for sure. I'm on social media. I'm all over.
You are.
I
You're
love
out
social
there.
media because there are 4.5 billion people on some platform, on social media platforms, and there's 15 different platforms. So I try to cover as much territory as I can. I'm not on all 15, but I do my best. But I love LinkedIn, and that's where you and I met, and I'm so grateful that we did. And I
I'm
put your
so
books
I'm
up here.
I'm so grateful for you because you don't even know how much you've affected the people in your community. I watched your conference on Saturday, and I watched how much joy you brought to them and how much they loved what you were bringing them. And you have done something really awesome, something really wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing something wonderful. And I want to just attach myself to you because you're not getting rid of me. I'm just attaching myself. I'm coming with you.
That's right.
Wherever you're going, I'm coming with you.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need. People need people. We need each other, and we
Yeah.
need because we right here. We talked about the
Yeah.
mind. We're on the
Yeah.
same page, and those are the people you want to connect with, so we can move together,
Yeah.
so that we both can reach our goal, all of us.
Yeah.
So I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity today to connect with you. Thanks, Susie, for I guess that connection you saw. I was connected. I saw you was connected to Susie, and it's amazing how it works. Susie
It
approved.
is. Mm.
It's just amazing how it all works. And
Yeah.
so I'm grateful for this opportunity. And with that, I would love for you to give maybe an affirmation. I know you talked about the two books. Ladies and gentlemen, please go to Amazon, and all you have to do is put in Carl Powell. His two books will pop up. And I know for a fact we all can use some happiness,
Mhm.
because the way this world is moving, as fast as it's moving, Oh my God, we get lost in the shuffle. We get frustrated. We sometimes people quit. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, for Carl, I think I can speak for him too. Quitting is never, ever an
Never
option.
an option. Never.
And you cannot have sacrifice. You cannot have you can't have success
Yes. Yeah.
without sacrifice. It comes,
Absolutely.
it's a package deal. So what we have to do is go through the challenges, keep moving. As long as we moving, we're gonna reach our destination. Sometimes just a little bit slower than other times, but whatever you do, don't quit. Would you like to give an affirmation on our closing?
Oh, I absolutely have one. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey of continuous growth. By cultivating a growth mindset, we sow the seeds of happiness and watch them bloom along our path. Keep blooming, keep planting, keep growing until we meet again. Namaste.
Awesome. Thank you again for joining us. God
Oh,
bless you.
absolutely wonderful.
And until next time.